did you ever have a gun lead to a second case? 100%. And when I spoke about the evidence, the ballistics evidence in the car, and according to the arrest affidavit, they're saying a shell or one cartridge was recovered. When it goes to IBIS, the Integrated Ballistics Identification System, the extraction marks as well as the firing pin mark are unique to the gun that fired that. You might find out, as we found out in New York City, that a gun sometimes is handed from perp to perp. Like some perp may go up to a perp from Brooklyn may call his buddy in Harlem and say, yo, can I get that burner? I got some work to do this weekend, right? Yeah, okay, just make sure you have it back by Monday, right? So a gun from Manhattan may be used to shoot somebody in Brooklyn. Then it's returned to Manhattan. That gun from Manhattan may be loaned to another thug in the Bronx who shoots somebody in the Bronx. And would we have ever known this before the technology of IBIS, the Integrated Ballistics Identification System? No, but now we do. So is there a potential, is there a possibility that this firearm that was used, and now they have the whole firearm because they recovered it in the search warrant. So they have the serial number on it, as long as it wasn't defaced. They have the serial number on it. Potentially they have live rounds in it. They can do a ballistics test on it. Where was the gun purchased? What's the history of the firearm? We're going to find out all of those things. So now it's not just that little shell, that cartridge case that was recovered inside the vehicle. Now we have the firearm to compare with IBIS, Integrated Ballistics Identification System, to see if it's been used before in other shootings, other murders.
Yeah, Billy, when you talk about that firearm, I want to know where Christopher got the shooter, the hitter. I want to know where he got that firearm from. It appears right now, but from what we know, they haven't told us anything different, that this is his first arrest. Well, he's an adult. I would be surprised. I mean, it could happen that he had never, ever been arrested before. I doubt it. I would imagine he has some sort of juvenile record. I'd like to see if he's ever been convicted in a juvenile court, been found to be a juvenile delinquent based on a robbery with a firearm. Because I don't, unless he got that gun to do this particular hit, or it was loaned to him. But if not, I would think that somewhere along the line, he's done robberies with that gun before. And right now, until we get other further information, we don't know exactly what the motive is for his shooting two people and killing a baby in right then and there on Charlie Chan Drive. I want to know more about Christopher. I wish I could learn more about him, because that he and the firearm, how long have they been together? And hopefully, if you've got that serial number, like you say, if it wasn't defaced, you may find the history of that firearm, when it was, where it was made, when it was, first purchased, and who has it gone to? How did it get to him? That's what I really want to know next.
Absolutely. Isabel Florence, Bill and Mike, we couldn't convince our family member from getting out of the drug culture life. We turned him in over and over, court-ordered in-house therapy that he ran away from. Look, look, Isabel, it shows you tried to do something. That's enough in my book. You tried to do something and it didn't work. No one's saying, I think every family in this country has someone in their family that has been affected by drugs or that is a drug abuser. It's so common that it touches all of our lives. And that's why I think myself and Mike, we have such disdain for the drug trade and for the people that, the movie business and the music industry, they glorify these people like they're doing something good, because they're successful. They got the bling, they got the cash, they got the dope cars, they got all the cool things. And, when they go out to dinner, they pull out a wad of 50s or 100s, to pay the bill. And something, most of them don't live past the age of 25. But our society looks at that as like something cool. Wow, that dude's never worked a day in his life. And, he's driving, a brand new Mercedes, SUV or Cadillac Escalade. So cool. Oh, did you hear? Pito got shot in the head last night up on Dykeman Street.
Right.
You know,
Dykeman.
yeah, that's what happens. So all the people that are admiring you, they're walking past you. They're walking past your crime scene and saying, "Whoa, I knew that was going to happen." Right?
Yeah, Billy, I remember I told you the story about me and Augie got on a 4 to 12 shift one night. There was a call of a kid selling drugs, 16-year-old kid selling drugs out of this abandoned school in the Bronx. And we come up to him and he said to us, this is totally serious. And I laughed. He said, get away from me, you $400 a week flunky. And, Augie and I stopped dead in our tracks and we started laughing because we had just gotten a raise. The NYPD had just signed a new contract like a couple of weeks before. And so whenever the police department signed a contract, be all over the news. So everybody knew exactly how much a New York City police officer was paid. And it came out to $400 a week. And he called me a $400 a week flunky. We laughed. Of course, we got him out of there. But, selling drugs at 16 in an abandoned schoolyard on a 4 to 12 shift is more glamorous because he feels it's going to lead to something. By the time he's 18, he's not going to be selling out those drugs. He's going to have other runners doing it for him, other people selling it for him. He's going to feel like he's going to be just rolling the cash, counting his money in one of those bank teller machines that counts all the cash. And that's his aspiration in life, Probably he did not live a long life, I imagine. I don't think he's, 45 years old and a successful businessman at this point. But it just shows you how deeply ingrained that lifestyle and how attractive it is to many people. They don't see it. They feel that they're going to be the ones who will not get shot. It'll always be somebody else, not me. I might get shot at, but I'm never going to get killed. And I'm going to have a firearm on my hip and a girl, on my side. And I'm going to have my boys around me, and nobody's ever going to take me down.